The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep, and down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Play action. Now Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. First down and more for Jackson. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30.
Sometimes guys get locked into such a groove. What do we call it? The game slowing down. They see everything happening almost in slow motion. They see the lanes develop. I feel like he's right there.
Well, and you want this from your leader, right? With this deficit, this stage of the game, second half, no quit in him.
Zero.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. It's Freeman. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. To throw is Jackson. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 15-yard line.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. This is Freeman. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. 8 yards on the touchdown pass, and the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Tucker with the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Joe Mixon and the rest of his offense making their way back onto the field. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's getting off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. He gets this one to Boyd. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Now a dump off here complete, and he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A handoff to Mixon. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Once again, they run with Mixon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 129 yards rushing for him now as his big night continues. He continues to have a big night here under the lights carrying the football.
And some guys prefer night games. For whatever reason, their bodies react a certain way. They love the spotlight. Maybe that's what it is. The best seats in the house, the ones where he's carrying the football for his offensive teammates. The worst seats, the 11 guys trying to tackle him on defense.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Mixon with a first down carry. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now Burrow. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 34-yard line.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Lamar Jackson marching back onto the field. And he had the touchdown on the last drive, also 4 for 4. Very, very effective. What does he need to do to translate that forward into this drive?
Not think that what he saw in coverages last time is exactly what he's going to get again. He's got to play ahead and start thinking to himself, okay, we just did that. What are they going to take away now? What do we go to as a counter? And continue to encourage his offensive line to continue to give him time.
They were really good on the last drive. After the interception, here's Jackson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. Right back to Brown. This time he's got it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Real quick.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. That's undeniable, but that time the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo.
But you've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball, because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Here's Sam Cook now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Joe Burrow and the Bengals set to go back on offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
From the 22, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. This is Mixon on the draw. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now, 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They go to Freeman again on 2nd down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson now. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run here with Freeman. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
On 2nd and goal, here's the option. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
Now they'll run. Murray. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Latavius Murray taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Ravens are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
John Harbaugh thought about it, and now his guys are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And with it, they're back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23. Cincinnati set to take over once again. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got a man open. It's Chase. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard.
Here we go.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Burrow looking to pass. And his throw is incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up a throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Higgins. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 43.
These guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 43. Here's a give to Mixon. Shoves him aside. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? you're taking charge.
Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here into the hands of Boyd. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 27-yard line.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
They'll run on first down. Mixon, and for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. They'll set up to throw. Dumps it off to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. It's his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw and a good one.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and that's going to make it 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try and throw for it with Burrow. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I can hear it right now that most people in our business are saying, why aren't they running the football? But I happen to agree with this strategy. They've had success all game long. I don't think they should go away from it. Too often, teams go into that protect mode and end up giving away the football. This team has stayed aggressive, and it's working out for them.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Bengals add on to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
And McPherson on for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a Bengals score. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Devin Duvernay now returning from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson, he's going deep for Brown, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again, 2nd and 10 from the 25. Play action. It's Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Looked to me like they adopted what my kindergarten teacher always said. If at first you don't succeed, try again. And finally, able to hold him in check. He'd been carving him up running the ball.
That's the first time I think I've seen where the coverage was good downfield and they accounted for him and stopped him for a short pickup.
Yeah, I don't think it was a big adjustment, but much more emphasis on making sure they knew where he was when he decided to take off and go.
And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs. Now it's Jackson. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or 2 short. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own, but let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs because a lot of guys have coverage responsibilities.
Good job of rallying, though, because I thought when he first took off, he might pick up the 1st down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Cincinnati's offense coming back here onto the field. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Burrow going to lead up the Bengals here, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Justin Houston, his 2nd sack of the night. It seemed like he kept going through those progressions, and I thought he might dump that underneath, but he couldn't get rid of the football in time.
And I have to wonder if he was thinking while he was back there, I wish there were a lot less progressions on this play, just someone that I can dump the ball to and get it out of my hands.
Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. From the gun to give to Mixon. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Here's Kevin Huber now as he's on to punt for Cincinnati. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return. The Ravens offense back out there. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. He'll drop this one down to Freeman. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Throwing is Jackson. Rolling to his left. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Jackson on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
I'd give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now this Bengals offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt. They will throw on first down with Burrow. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Burrow will throw. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they give up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
2nd and 7. Now it's Jackson. He goes underneath to Freeman. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
They're down 2 scores, and they need a quick one to try and get back into this one. That was one way to try and get it done. Unsuccessful in the attempt, but they have no choice but to keep trying.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That's complete. Left side to Bateman. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
When the hitch route is run really well, that jab step off the line of scrimmage by the receiver, which is designed to back up the defender and give him a little bit of space, all you want there, get that space, catch the football, and then make a move and pick up extra yardage, and that's exactly what he got done there.
So 2 first downs, and that moves the ball to the 42 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
Burrow and the Bengals with a 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete to Chase. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here we go. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Here we go. Right, 80.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Tyus Bowser. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Another try after the 1st down sack. Burrow. Under pressure, they got him again. Tyus Bowser able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. They'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Good coverage there holds them to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. But Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. But correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jackson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And Jackson throwing once more. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
A pair of first downs gives them a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Here's Jackson. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Second and 2. Jackson. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 38-yard line.
That's the 3rd time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage, as shown by that last play.
To throw again is Jackson. Quick slant to Brown. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Now Jackson on first down. Open man is Duvernay. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
First down now, but that clock rolling. Here's Jackson. Right back to Duvernay. That's complete. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down. Jackson trying to hustle his unit up quickly to the line of scrimmage. Jackson. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
The nice thing is that you've still got all your timeouts, so the middle of the field, that should still be an option, especially if you see the defenders pinching the sideline. You can run a little seam route right here and pick up some nice yardage.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Jackson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense has been physical all game long, and it certainly looks like they're not going to back off and make things any easier. They want to keep making life miserable for the receivers all the way to the end.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to get it back to a 1-score game. Tucker's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So he remains perfect, 3 for 3 in the field goal department.
And it's so important for any offense to have an ace like him up their sleeve, isn't it? Because now you know what his range is, and as soon as your offense gets there, you're pretty much counting on 3 points going up on the board.
So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Here we go. Hey, check back, back.
On first down, Mixon. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Back to Mixon on second down. And bulldozing his way through. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Here we go. 180. 25. Get that ball. Watch the safety creep. 42.
The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of. But now it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. It's a win for the Bengals as we say so long from Cincinnati.